Hello everybody, this is Alex from Hardcorian Guides bringing you my guide for God of War on God difficulty. And today is episode 9, is that what that says? Yeah, I think so. And we're going to be doing the next puzzle, which is the Challenge of Hades. This is going to be a full-length puzzle on its own, because we're going to fight off the Centaurs, and we're going to fight off a wave of enemies, well, a certain amount of enemies, so we can open the door and all that good stuff. Basically, do a blood sacrifice so we can move on with the next area. I did cut out a few things here, not in this first part, but once we come back, I did cut out the whole deal with the lever and going underwater and, you know, turning the light and all that stuff, because as I do every playthrough of God of War, I fuck it up, because what I do is I move the light first before I pull the lever, and then the light goes back, and I'm like, fuck! Oh well. So it's no big deal. And if I'm correct, I think we have to fight the Minotaur. If we haven't done that already, which I completely forgot if we have or not. So first things first, what you can do is you can get up here and do a full throttle combo attack on it, or anything else to basically just break the rock. Break the wall down. Now, usually chests like that, they give you like a shit ton of orbs. Most of the time, I'm not sure if it's all the time, but after you've like completely filled up your magic and your health bar, they'll eventually start dropping like a whole shit ton of orbs. So it kind of gives me the idea that more than likely there was supposed to be something there. By that I mean there's supposed to be like a Gorgon eye or maybe a feather. Did I even edit this part? I know I edited the video, but I mean I'm wondering if I actually edited this entire part here, because this goes on for a little while it seems, and I know I died fighting these assholes, or I fucked up something. If I died and have to do it again, oh well, who cares? You guys will just have to see what happens when I don't edit things correctly. Which I think we've seen that before plenty of times. Be careful with that second execution attack, because sometimes you can fuck it up to where, like, the Centaur will actually get knocked out of the ring, and that to me is a big problem. For the first ring, I always just go ahead and use a couple Poseidon's Rage. I'd save at least maybe one or two. Save at least one or two up for this part, so you can just take these guys out with ease. See, because now I already got it halfway done. If you ever need any more chests, the only chests you can get are basically just health chests. So the best way to do that if you want to run away is just to jump up here and jump down. That way you can basically just have them walk to the stairs. If they do, I'm not really 100% sure about that. But more than likely, the enemies are going to be following you regardless. So they'll probably end up walking toward the stairs, realize they can't go that way, and then turn around. Which basically just wastes more time for them to catch up to you. As you can see here, I'm basically just trying to pretty much just evade them, just trying to get out of their line of sight, so they're just leaving the hell alone so I can get back to this. But, you know, that's just how things are. They don't ever fucking fuck off. Maybe I didn't edit this part, which I should have. I'm pretty sure I did. Yeah, I think I did. Alright, so yeah, these guys are double execution attacks, or basically double circle prompts, which one of them basically just does what it does to the other guys that you can do double circle prompts to, and you pretty much just take them and throw them behind you. So you can use that to your advantage to get them back into the ring if they're being a bunch of assholes. But since I have Poseidon's Rage level 2, it basically knocks them right into the second execution, or the second circle prompt, which I like that, but at the same time I don't, because, you know, sometimes I can't actually pick them up and throw them into where I want them to go. But of course, you can always just, you know, leave it. You don't have to do it right then and there, but I do sometimes. Or I just finish them off with, like, you know, a good little combo attack there. What? Wait a minute, I never actually did get magic full, did I? No, I did. It's just not till now. It's not full. So one little trick that I just recently learned. See, my magic was upgrading while I was doing that, and I went to the upgrade screen and I paused it just to, I don't know why I paused it for, to be honest. Probably just to try to see if I can skip it, but I know I couldn't. Well, I guess you can technically skip it if you go to the pause menu, and if you just upgrade a little bit, then you're pretty much good to go. Now, this is the part where I missed that jump. I was waiting for that to happen. But luckily I came down here and I can actually smash up some of these pots up here. So that's good. One thing about watching my guide, for me personally, it's pretty cool to watch it, because just watching how fast I go through these levels, like when I was watching episode 1 the other day, I was like, damn, I was going through that pretty quick. I mean, I'm not like a speedrun god by any means, but if I ever tried to speedrun God of War, I probably could do it. I just don't think it'd be the kind of game I really want to speedrun. Just personally, because I played it just so much, I don't really care for it very much. So yeah, I mean, there's really no reason to leave that chest there unless you really want to just come back and get it for later. Which God of War always gives you the option of having multiple amounts of chests. Like you can see here, there's 2 different kinds. There's already like a blue and a green one. I just say fuck it. I don't really need that much health. You know, magic is more important than health right now. Especially since even though I don't have full health, I don't care. That's the thing about God of War, is like sometimes you just don't even care. Hell, you get a trophy in one of the games for just basically grabbing a health chest when you have full health. So, yeah. Oh yeah, but back to the orb thing. I think I did actually have full magic, and I did open up that chest earlier. And I think it was supposed to give me either a Gorgon or a feather. And I pretty much just ended up getting orbs because I already had full magic. But now I have full magic limit. Basically, full magic plus 1 and health plus 1. Max health plus 1. That's pretty much what I consider it as. This jump right here fucking sucks. I think I left that in on purpose. Yeah, I did. Yeah, okay. I'm pretty sure everybody's gonna be like, oh, that's just an excuse for your fucking editing failure. No, I actually did. I wanted to show off what would happen if you fuck up like I do. So now you gotta time your jump better. And plus, it wasn't too far behind, so I was like, alright, I'll just leave it in there. Didn't feel like cutting out something that was just so damn short anyway. Now this is where I start cutting shit, because you see me open that chest. Well, imagine me going through this without opening that chest every single time. And just being a stupid fuck up. So one little thing I do with the Gorgons whenever I fight them off now, especially in these narrow hallways, is I like to just do like a square triangle roll combo. That way I can basically just get out of the line of sight and do a little bit of damage, because that triangle attack, even though it's the first setup for a heavy attack, it's still a heavy attack, and it's probably the fastest heavy attack you have. I would say so. And square triangle is a pretty decent move too, because you can get some, good little bit of damage in. Of course, if you do like a parry on them, you could do a mechaton of fucking damage. And I think you unlock the parry like later on when you level up your blades. Yeah, you do. Okay. Which is weird for this game, but I mean, I like it, I love the parry system. It's great. The thing that's over there was just a health chest, so that's why I ran away from it, because I knew about it. Now, once you come in here, you're going to have to fight off, I think, 4 Centaurs, and I think only either 1 or 2 Gorgons. I want to say 1. If you're lucky enough, unlike I was, then you can basically just kill off the Gorgon by doing an execution and get the extra magic for it, because I like to use Poseidon's Rage. It's the most effective in my opinion. Since I'm not doing a no upgrade run, that probably would be a little bit different. But for now, I basically just use Poseidon's Rage level 2 because it fucks shit up like hardcore. One little thing I recommend doing with these guys, basically the undead soldiers, if you ever get them in the circle prompt or ever have the chance to throw them, just do it. Just do it. There's way too many guys to take care of, so just go ahead and do it anyway. Who cares? I mean, it's best just to get them like completely out of the way, because usually they spawn like multiple at one time. So if you grab one, throw him, he's probably gonna kill a couple of guys. So I got really lucky here, like twice. I never actually fucked that up yet, because actually every time that I played through this and died, I kept actually doing that roll like X thing right there for some reason, because I just wanted to show off and be a prick about it. You can make it easily. It's just you gotta be really quick with it. Just keep rolling and tapping the roll button, and then you're good to go. I mean, I think the game expects you to not know about it too, but then again, it's hard to say. I'd still recommend just doing the roll square thing anyway, just to get across. Get across a little bit easier and just, feel a little bit safer about doing it. So this next room's not too difficult. All you're really doing in here is just basically fighting undead soldiers. That's what we're pretty much going to be fighting for the rest of this remaining area, which they're really easy to take care of. So I started utilizing the L1 circle move in air to my advantage to see if it would actually even do anything at all. And it roughly does, but the problem is you're basically left open after you do it. Yeah, it does a really good amount of AoE damage. Okay, not really damage, but more of like AoE and just knockback. So, with that being said, it's nice to get enemies away from you, but if like you miss an enemy, they're probably going to come up and hit you. So it's a problem on its own. It's a pro and a con, even though the damage is really, I personally think it's kind of low. That's just me. So right there I'm showing off an attack, which I told myself I wanted to do in the video, and surprisingly I remembered about it. So what I'm trying to do there is I'm trying to show off what I want to do in just a few minutes, which basically is a kind of leverage. Like, see how these guys are way too high for me to even jump up and do like a normal attack to? If you do the L1 triangle attack while in air, you can basically just keep mashing it and pretty much just like climb it. You can pretty much climb any ledges that are higher up than you are. And I like that. I really do. That was something I knew about while playing God of War in my other playthroughs. But it was something I really wanted to show off in this one for some reason, because I was so hell-bent on doing it, apparently. That's just me for you. I just wanted to talk about it. You know, say, hey, if you ever have troubles getting to an enemy, just do L1 triangle, and more than likely your hit will connect, and you'll be able to actually jump on top of them and take them out. So this area sucks ass. This is probably my least favorite area right here. Thing is, with these guys, I think there's only 2 that spawn here. And they're really not that hard. You can just throw them off the thing and just knock them straight into the pit there, and they'll basically get slammed and killed off. Which is good, and helps out a lot. But you can see that door there. If you haven't actually played this game yet... Oh, I guess there's more than that. Okay. So I do a Gorgon stare and basically break them off. Alright, so... There was one more than I thought there was, but that's okay. But yeah, if you look at that door there, it'll basically tell you that you can't move on until after you've cleared out the entire area of enemies. This thing only slams twice, so on the 3rd time, jump down, and then run straight to this door. It's very, very close. Now, if you're in here long enough, and you're trying to survive, which I don't see why you would have troubles with surviving in here in the first place, because there's only 2 undead soldiers in there. They're not that hard to take care of, especially if you got magic. I mean, even without magic, you're fine. Those guys are fucking easy as shit. Until they start hoarding up on you like it was earlier when I got fucked pretty hard. So, right there I skipped that entire section. I don't think there was any chest over there that I know of. Now, coming up pretty soon, there's a chest on the very far end of this area I'd never seen until, like, was it last year or my Let's Play? It was one of those. It was either my Let's Play or it was, like, sometime last year or maybe the year before that. Like, very recently, I found out there was actually chests back there, and it took me, like, how long? Like, 12 years to find that? Because it's 2017 now, and this game came out, like, what, 2005? And we got it probably around 2005, 2006. I was in middle school at the time. We got God of War 2, like, around the time it did come out. So, yeah, I remember coming home from school and seeing them play God of War, and I was like, fuck yes. I'm so ready. Well, I mean, we didn't get it exactly at the time it came out. We didn't pre-order it, but we definitely got it, you know, really early on. That's for sure. So, in here is just basically nothing but chests. And there's a little book that I read because I didn't really ever read it before. I wanted to see what it said, anything important. No, it just says, you know, the only way out is to find another door and blah, blah, blah. So, if I'm not mistaken, I think there's actually a bunch of other chests that you can go to on these doors. On the right side and or left side. But I'm not really sure about that. I never really checked on that one. I know there's stuff like that in God of War 2, I think. Yes, when you're about to do the Phoenix deal. And you're going to kick off that statue and shit. And in there, I think there's like a bunch of different chests in that same room that you go through. And I never really got them all. I didn't really care for them too much. So if you're wondering where the hell the door's at, it's basically on the left side. I think it's like the 3rd or 4th door down from the ending here. Maybe it's the 2nd or 3rd. Well, this one right here, I think is like, what, the 2nd one right here? 2nd one down? I can't tell. It looks like it is. Once you see that ball on the left that far away, that's when you know you're good to go. I always count it up. I always count, okay, 2 boulders on the left side and then one really, like, long distance one. So that's how it works. You got 2 close ones and then one that takes forever to come down. I don't know where the hell these balls are coming from, and I don't know why they ever just stop coming from, or why they just stop in general. I guess you can assume they're coming from Hades. I mean, this whole thing's about Hades anyway, so it might as well be like that. Granted, in hindsight, I probably should have fast-forwarded through this shit, because this crap's just really annoying. If you ever had the opportunity to basically Gorgon stare these guys down, just do it. Or if knock them off a cliff, just do it. These guys fucking suck. These are what I like to call elite minotaurs, and or I usually call them blue minotaurs, just for the sake of just calling them blue, because they're basically just blue. That's what they are. They're stronger, and they're a lot tankier. And minotaurs are a really fucking cool enemy in God of War, and they always have been. But these guys can suck my fat chode, because I hate these guys so much. Now, the thing is, it seems like with Gorgon Stare, It takes a lot of damage just to be able to break these guys down. Unless I'm just, you know, overthinking things. I probably am. But you saw right there, since I have my blades up to level 5, I can now start using my rage mode to give me an unlimited amount of magic. And I love that. After you take out the first wave of Minotaurs, at least, I want to say, 2 archers on each side are going to spawn. And when they spawn, once you kill them off, that's when, you know, a couple more are going to spawn. Hold on, guys. There's somebody walking outside in my neighborhood, and I think they're probably going to try to come to my fucking door. I'm going to get pissed. Okay, maybe they're not. I don't know what they're doing. It's some lady. God forbid, who knows what she's going to do. She better not knock my fucking door. I'm going to get pissed off, because I'm busy. I have things I have to do. And right now, these are important things I have to do. So there is a cliff on the far end here that I don't really utilize too much. I think you can knock the Minotaurs off into it, but I'm not really sure about that. I think you can, but it's hard to say. So anyway, before you do that, something I completely, totally forgot about doing. 2 things, actually. On that edge, there's actually things you can break, and I think I come back for it later. Oh, I think she's passing around through people's yards and just handing out shit, I guess. She's definitely knocking anybody's doors, but she's handing out things. Okay, cool. Can't wait to look at how to become a fucking Mormon. Am I right? Am I right? She looks okay. I mean, I might go out there and, you know, get some of that poontang, you know what I'm saying? I'm kidding. No, but anyway, so I missed a couple of bases. I missed these guys. You come down here, you can get some good amount of chests, and you take out the archers, which is, in my opinion, much needed to do, because these guys are just gonna fucking be a huge problem to me. I don't know why I started running back here. For some reason, I thought this was like a different area I can go to, and I was like, wait a minute, that's not right. And I just ran straight back. So I was kind of being a retard on that point. My bad. It happens to the best of us. Hey, you guys think I should probably like invite that chick in here and be like, hey, you want to do a guide with me? She'd be like, yeah, sure, why not? Do you want to be a Mormon? I don't think so. We're not treading on that shit anymore. I'm never doing that shit, like, at all. There was, I think I've told you guys this story before, but there was this Mexican kid I knew, like, back in high school, and he's pretty much far gone now, as far as I know, so even if he's watching my shit, I don't care. He basically turned out to be one of those really annoying assholes that always wants somebody to hang out with and shit, and I hate that. But the thing with him, though, is one day he invited me to hang out with him. I was like, alright, you know, he lived around Liberty or whatever, and I was like, okay, I'll come around, I guess. You know, I hung out with him a bit, I kind of fucked with him, you know, he seemed alright. Then we went to, like, a prison, or what used to be a prison, or a jail, I think. Yeah, I think it was like a county jail down here where I live. Used to be a jail, but then they turned it into a fucking church. And I went inside, and it turned out to be a Mormon church. And I was like, oh, no. And they tried to convert me, and I was like, I don't think so. I'm out of here. I gotta go. I got places I gotta be, you know. I gotta go see my dad, which I basically blatantly lied about, because I didn't have any reason to go see my dad. But I told him, like, you know, yeah, I got a father that lives down there, and fuck, I don't remember where he lived at the time. I want to say either Savannah or maybe Cameron or something. Maysville? Fuck, I don't know. Somewhere around here in Missouri. Yeah, which is where I live. I live in Missouri. Happy birthday, guys. I'm basically in the middle of this. In the middle of everything. Like, my guide videos are so unimportant to anybody, but sort of important to some people. So I'm kind of like in the middle of that, too. I'm always the guy in the middle. And that's fine with me. Especially when we're doing like a gangbang, you know. I'm always the one in the middle. I'm always sucking dick and getting dick in my butt. So, yeah. I should probably just not talk about that stuff on these try to be professional videos. My bad. I'm getting a little bit crazy today. Well, today is a good day. Let's say that. It's weird because, like, this morning I woke up at 3:54. And, exactly. And I told myself, I was joking, too. I was like, oh, watch. I can't wait till my phone goes off at 3:55 in the morning. because I always wake up at like 4:15 in the morning. I always have my alarm set to that. On a work night, today's Friday the 13th, and which usually is a lucky day for me. A lot of people like unlucky day, but here's proof right here that this is a lucky day for me. So I woke up this morning. I woke up at like 3:14 in the morning, and I was like, oh great, it's gonna go off at 3. It's gonna go off in like any minute. So I check my phone, gotta turn it off, and it says it's off. I'm like, the fuck do you mean? I turn it on accident. I'm like, no, turn that off. What do you mean it's been off? I look at my other phone and it says it's Friday, and I'm like, oh yeah, I don't have to work today. Then I go back to bed, and you think like it'd be like the greatest feeling ever. Like you wake up in the middle of the night and you're like, I don't have to do anything. Just go back to bed, That'd be a great feeling, but I was like, that didn't happen to me. I didn't get that feeling. No, it was just more like I'm going back to bed, and that's it. Just no good feeling about it. Just that's it. So I wake up. And I finally get out of bed, and I go to my parents' house to take a shower because my bathtub has been fucking fucked up. My bathroom's a little bit fucked up right now. The drains are fucked up, and the bathtub itself is dirty as shit because when I bought it, it was basically just fucking filled with disgusting grime. So I basically bought a new tub, and now we're trying to, like, take this one out, even though it's a heavy piece of shit. So I've been having to go to my parents' house to take a shower, which I fucking hate doing. I'm glad that I actually got a chance to move out of my parents' house because it fucking sucks there. So, basically, I go to the Mini Mart, as it's called now. It used to be called Conoco, so I always call it Conoco anyway, but now it's called the Mini Mart. It's a gas station right near where my parents live. It's quicker than Quick Trip, because there's a Quick Trip way farther away. They're trying to build one now, but there's like one like way farther away than it is now, and I had to drive all the way down there to go do it. And I was like, oh, should I really waste the gas to go all the way down to Quick Trip or just go to Conoco? And, basically what used to be called Conoco. So I go down there, and there's, this old lady that I've seen working there before. And I grab a drink, and I grab a Butterfinger. A share pack, 2 pieces in a share pack. And I gotta tell you everything that happened. So I go grab those. I go up to the register, and she's like, you ready? I'm like, yep. And she's like, is that all you're getting? I'm like, yep. She's like, oh, just go ahead and go. Don't worry about it. Have a good day. And I'm about to walk out, and I stopped myself. And I turned around, and I said, you said to go ahead and go, right? And she's like, yeah, it's okay, baby. Just go. Just go ahead and go. And I'm like, oh, all right. Thank you. I walk out, and I'm in the car, and I'm like, I would have paid for it, Now I feel like the cops are going to fucking come after me because I didn't pay for it, but she told me it's okay. And I kept thinking, like, but they have cameras in there. So there's proof right there that she said to go ahead and go. I didn't pull out a gun or nothing. And I had my jacket on, even though it's fucking 80 degrees outside probably, but I thought it was going to be fucking cold. So whenever I wear a jacket, I always think people are think I'm going to shoot their ass or something. Like, they always think I'm about to fucking whip out a gun and bust a cap at a convenience store, which is something I would never really do because that's basically just pointless. Oh, wow, I want my drink for free, so I'm going to pull out a gun on you and then fucking take off. No, that didn't happen. We conversated. I went up to the register, and she said to go ahead and go. I'm like, what the fuck? And then I remembered, like, oh, yeah, it's Friday the 13th. It's my lucky day because my days are always fucking shit. I always have I don't always have bad luck. But I have a lot of fucking bad luck most of the time. And I've gotten used to it over the years. I really don't care anymore. But the thing is, I was like, damn, I got lucky. So it is Friday the 13th, I'm thinking like, I remembered like back in elementary school, there was this kid named AJ, won't say his full name. But he used to say like, okay, the first time like when the first time Friday the 13th happened, he says something like, oh yeah, Friday the 13th is like my lucky day because like every other day is pretty much shit. So, or I'm pretty much unlucky every other day. And that was that. End of story. Now, back to the Minotaur boss fight. Favorite boss fight in God of War. He's fucking easy as hell. He used to be really hard, but if you do this tactic right here, he's easy as shit. You see that little fence right there? If you hide behind this and you get some good damage on him, roll back whenever he goes to attack and you're safe. He can't attack you. The only way he can attack you physically is if he charges up to the rafter here and he fucking hits you. Or what? Like he basically knocks up the lava on top of you, and that's it. Now another trick that I've always tried to get down in every playthrough, but sometimes I fuck it up and sometimes I don't, is that little log trick I tried earlier, which completely fucked up because I forgot when to do it. Whenever you go to shoot off that log, whenever you knock him out and you get like, 4 different air compressors or whatever he's got going on here to basically explode. Then after that, you like basically that's like the word of the day, isn't it? That must be or something. I'm just waiting for Pee Wee Herman to come out of nowhere and just fucking scream. Well, so after you do this, you do a rodeo deal, like a rodeo mini game, and then you take the log, you shoot at him, and you break off a piece of armor every single time. The game wants you to do that multiple different times, but you can skip a whole phase if you're quick enough and you shoot off another log. I don't remember how I found out about it. I think I watched a video on it or something like a long time ago, and then I seen it there. Now, just so you know, there is plenty of time to get up here, but still be quick about this, because chances are he's gonna fucking move anytime soon, and it sucks when he does. And there you go. There's one shot, so you pretty much damage the armor. Start tapping R2 as quickly as possible here. Even if you get hit by the lava, it will still come up and still hit him. And that's the second piece of armor gone. You basically just saved yourself a whole lot of trouble. I mean, like a whole phase right there. At least it should be, if I'm not mistaken. That's how you pretty much beat the Minotaur. You get that cheap match bullshit shot, and you kick his ass. That's actually this fight is probably one of my most proud fights in any guide so far, because, well, okay, it's one of them. It's one of them. No, it's not the biggest, but it's one of them. It's up there. It's like my top 10, favorite boss fights at least. Well, maybe not top 10 favorite boss fights, but okay. Basically, I'm trying to say is I'm proud of this guide because of this certain spot right here and everything else that led up to it. But yes, this one particular boss fight, I don't care, if I basically cheese it. But to me, that's the idea of beating a game, is you just want to beat it. You just need to know every inch and... Okay, you don't need to. Fuck! I don't know what I'm trying to say. Alright, I have no idea. Basically, I'm just trying to make up some bullshit for my crimes, I guess. Oh, I got knocked the fuck out right there. I about died. I'm like, no! Don't do it! Yeah, I mean, okay, some people don't like the fact that people cheesing a game. They think they have to beat a game, like, 100% legitly, and I understand why they would say that. I get that. I understand it. But to me, if it's in the game already, fucking do it. I mean, it's not really a glitch. It's just more of, like, I'm cheesing his ass. The game allowed me plenty of time to throw off another log. And plus, the developers never thought about actually having the spot over here. So, I just want to beat the game. I mean, yeah, I like the game, but I want to beat it. I want to beat the guide for it. I want to show people who are having trouble with this fight, if they are, which is kind of hard to have trouble with it, but I can see why you would. I mean, I used to have trouble with this asshole a long time ago until I figured out this shit. But yeah, like, I'm trying to help people, Even if I have to fucking cheese shit, I don't care. Yeah, I cheated, so what? Wham. Big deal. Big fucking deal. It's okay. Cry me a river. That's enough of that. That's enough of that. Honestly, I'm sure no one's really gonna care. I'm sure you guys don't really care. Everybody knows about it, so we're all good. So basically, on this point onward, all you're really doing right now is just doing that. Just knocking him down until you get him to a certain amount of health, and then you just do a good clean shot and take him out. So right here I cut the scene because that was a little too gory right there. I don't want to show that off. That's disgusting. And we climb up the stairs, grab the next skull so we can carry onward, and then after that we have, what, one more puzzle or two to go, maybe? We're almost done with Pandora's Temple. Once we get done with Pandora's, like, the inside of Pandora's Temple, we go upward, and we go to, like, that... I call it a maze. I don't know why I always do. I always forget what it's called. I always call it the satyr maze. Because there's, like, a satyr's head, like, a statue thing, and there's, like, a maze you have to... It feels like it's a maze when you're running through it. So that's what I call it. I always call it the maze area. And you gotta go look at the two necklaces, and I think after that... You go back to Pandora's Temple eventually later. You do the whole harpy thing, which you can basically cheese that by running on the left side of it. The huge harpy room with the archers and the harpies. You know, the funny thing is, even if you miss out on that, you can still get all the upgrades. Yeah. Even with all those orbs you missed, you can still get all the upgrades. Because Ares, in the first fight, gives you plenty of red orbs to upgrade your shit. So, just a fun little pro tip right there for anybody who want to know. So don't feel bad for cheesing that. I mean, you're not missing out on anything besides just like a huge fucking gay fight that takes a little while to do. Not hard, but just it's annoying, and it's something I really don't want to deal with. So yeah, there's that. So now up to this next part here, we unlock the ability to get the Army of Hades, which is really fucking weak. I mean, you would think after this point in time, all we've been doing is upgrading our shit. You know, we have some really strong shit. The Army of Hades can barely even keep up with what we're doing. Yeah, it's great for, like, knocking out enemies that are at a distance and, you know, keeping them away from me. But that's it! There's nothing this ability does that I think is really that useful, in my opinion. And they only send out, like, what, 3 guys at one time? So, dumbass me over here was like, oh, you know, I'll probably get my magic back. It's no big deal, right? I should be fine. Like, you know, I'll launch a couple Hades, and then, you know, just whip out of Poseidon's Rage. And even then, if I don't get a magic box, or if I don't get my magic back, there's probably a box here somewhere, right? No. Because the box I was wanting to go get, the chest, was locked behind that door. And I was like, fuck. Guess I'm going to have to do without magic for a little while until I get it. And I think there was actually a room where I can get it at. Either I did get it or I haven't yet. But I will get in the future video. The thing is, like, I've recorded up to, like, I think 10 or 11. And for some reason, I keep thinking about, like, this other section that we go to. Which I don't think I've even recorded. Or, I've recorded for it. I don't think I've done commentary for it yet. And I'm confused as to which is what now. And it's pissing me off. So, yeah. There you go. So, we basically took down the water on that part. And now we can start turning this around. And I think that's the last head we ever have to mess with. Because what we have to do next is get everything to turn to the light. And then after that, everything should be good. Actually, where the fuck am I at? Or did I already do the Cerberus stuff? I know I fought the first ones. But do I have episode 10 recorded? Because all you need to do is just turn this shit around and you're good to go. Am I actually done? And I just forgot? Maybe I did. Holy fuck. I didn't think I was actually done with this area just yet. Because when we had more stuff to do, but I must have already done it. I must have already done it. That's the only way I can think of it. Like, I must have already finished all that shit off. Yeah, all you need to do now is just turn everything. That's it. You're good. You got the 2 skulls. You're done. Huh. Alright. Well, anyway, folks, without further ado, I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time when we play some more God of War on God difficulty. And, as always, take care, everybody.